So, this is actually really funny. Um, Throughout yesterday and when I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh dear, what am I going to do for today's video? Because, you know, in the grand scheme of things, not much really happened yesterday. Other than up until this video, I stayed in bed a lot longer than I would have liked to, so that's my low. I got to see my parents yesterday, so that's my high. And my act of kindness is my dad and I did something nice for my mom last night. I helped my dad do something nice. I helped my dad with his act of kindness. That was my act of kindness. So it sounds like a good day, but nothing really happened. And then it occurred to me, today's February 28th. We made it to the end of February. Wow. I mean, it was literally a month ago. So I'll get my shoes on. It was literally a month ago when I said, February is the shortest month of the year, and somehow it still feels longer. And I guess in some cases, that did kind of turn out to be true. I mean, there was definitely a lot of really cold days, to be sure. And, we had to worry about, how crazy the weather was. If it snowed really bad, you have to worry about driving. What else? That's really about it. But there were some good days too, for sure. I mean, my father's birthday was February 5th. So it was nice to celebrate my dad's birthday. Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow, so we get 6 more weeks of cold weather. Yeah, I said this a couple days ago, but it's not. Groundhog Day to the first day of spring is 6 weeks regardless of whatever it is, whether she's the shadow or not. It's just like, is it 6 weeks of cold weather? Is it 6 weeks of warm weather? That's what it's asking. That's what it is. But, old people back then didn't really explain that part, so, let's see what else happened. Well, honestly, if we're being real here, I am just kind of stalling to get my shoes on because I do have stuff to talk about to what happened in the month of February, and I do want to get into that. Let me just tie my shoe. Okay. Enough of that. And you know what? One thing did actually go wrong then. Come December 31st, I'm definitely going to be like, oh yeah, that did happen, didn't it? And I completely forgot to go to the Last Stand for National Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day. I completely forgot to do that. I never forget to do that. But I do know, but actually, I may have forgotten to do that, but I do remember what I did in its stead, if that makes sense. Okay, I just found my list of things to do in the month of February. Let's see. I do believe I saw. Did I see Peyton Clark? I don't even remember. Hold on. You know what? I went to the Galentine's Day pop-up at Illegal Tap House. That's what I did instead of going to National Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day. And I mean, it's exactly as, yeah, it does kind of bum me out I missed that, but you know what? I did something. It was a lot of fun. I like going to, listen, yeah, I know, it's weird that a guy, like a cisgender straight white guy who uses he, him pronouns likes to go to pop. I do. Because more often than not, I know some of the people who are those vendors, so it's nice to say a quick hi to them. And listen, supporting local. I mean, granted, I will admit I'm cheap. I don't really buy much. I'm just there to, talk to people, say hi, maybe meet a nice girl if that happens. But it is what it is. I had fun. So I don't feel any shame for that. What else happened? I think I went to a girls' basketball game. Did I? I forget. Let's see. You know what? Speaking of Illegal Tap House, 70s Disco Night. That was actually a lot of fun. 70s Disco Night was great. Honestly, this turned out, at least what I saw, much better than the year before. So, that was already awesome. Okay, I know so far this video seems underwhelming, but I swear I'm saving the bigger and better stuff for the end. Well, actually it was all good. I shouldn't say anything, well, okay, some people would say that, well, I'm about to say it's factually better than what I talked about so far, but I liked it all. And it's my video, so, yeah. Okay, for real though. Let's get to two of the really big things that needed to go well in February to make it a success. Because I may have missed Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day, but I actually did have a happy Valentine's Day. I did. In fact, I want to iterate something. So after I made my video on Valentine's Day, a friend of mine actually sent me a message saying, TLDR, I was like, thank you for being honest, thank you for being vulnerable, and you know what? I hope you run into you-know-who. And honestly, before I saw that message, I was just gonna play the day straight. Just have a nice day in my own way. But something about that message really inspired me. Like, it filled me with confidence. So much so that I wound up doing something I never thought I'd do. And that is, I tried to find you-know-who. Oh, actually, none of you know exactly who. You know who is just a me thing. Anyway, And no, I never saw this person, but that's okay. I mean, I actually never would have thought about doing that at all if it weren't for that message from the friend of mine who sent me a message after my Valentine's Day video. So to that person, thank you. Really, you know what? It was a confidence booster and a real pick me up. And you know, yeah, it did kind of bum me out I never saw this person. The person I was looking for, that is. But to be fair, Valentine's Day was really cold. It was a really cold weekend. Not many people want to be out and about. So I'm not gonna fault that person for that. I wouldn't want to be out. Well, I wouldn't want to be out either. But that's what I wanted to do, and I did it. And it was like I can hang my head knowing I tried. You know what I mean? And of absolute course, I could not possibly talk about February 2026 in retrospective without talking about cabin fever. I mean, listen, this is my 4th year doing cabin fever. It's always a lot of fun. There's lots of different vendors, and it's great. Here's the thing. I've made it no secret in the past that I've never really found Corny to be all that great to go and have a good time. But this is one of those occasions where, you know, I make an exception. Because, like, this was a lot of fun. And cabin fever is always a lot of fun. It is. I still have my sampling glass from the other day, too. It's great. You know, I come to think about it, I think it might have been on cabin fever when I last wore this outfit. So, no, wait, no, it wasn't. It was the week before. It was Valentine's Day week. So, yeah, it's literally been more than 2 weeks since I've worn this. Okay. Cool. For real though. People would probably, you know, hear what I just said and believe that February, you know, really wasn't all that eventful, save for the things I said that I did. And you wouldn't be wrong necessarily, but considering how cold, like, the vast majority of February was, and considering that for a lot of people, Valentine's Day is always an emotional day, as well as, you're not gonna have fun sitting down doing nothing. Trying to have a nice February is kind of an uphill battle. The more I'm thinking about it, the more amazed I am that I did as much as I did. Again, yeah, I missed National Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day, but I guess missing one thing is better than missing all of them. So, I'm okay with that. And you know what? If February 2026 really wasn't that great of a month for you, don't worry, because I'm very sure March will be better for a lot of people. We got St. Patrick's Day. That's already exciting. Looking forward to that. Actually, today Rita's is opening. I'll do a short on that before I head out for the day. What else? Um, oh, well, Easter's not until April, so we're still in Lent right now. Um, there's that. What else? What else is happening in March? Mm, well, here's the thing. There are things happening in March that are, well, I know Illegal Tap House is going to have their whiskey tasting. I'm definitely going to that for sure. That's gonna be a fun evening or afternoon. um, the St. Patrick's Day parade, that's going to be happening in Horseheads. I need to know off the top of my head. I don't remember when that is. And you know what? The weather's going to get better as time goes on. I mean, full stop. Yesterday was actually a really great day. In fact, it was such a good day that I actually turned the air on in my car. Well, I say I turned on. Basically, all I did was turn the temperature in my car from throwing the heat on to the cold air. I didn't actually turn on the AC, but you know, like it was really hot out yesterday, and I mean there were people that I knew yesterday that were outside having fun, playing with their kids and going on like bike rides and stuff. Like it's just that like I don't think anyone expected to have a day like yesterday weather-wise. And we already had one. It's shaping up to be a beautiful day out too. So yeah. If February wasn't ideal, I get it. Again, I said it earlier. February is the shortest month of the year, yet it still feels longer. And it's easy to see why. And if that's what it felt like to you, then you have my sympathies. I totally get it. But just know that better things are coming as this year goes on. I mean, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. I'm excited. That's one of my favorite times of the year, man. Which reminds me, I gotta get something to celebrate for March starting. But I'll be getting to that a little bit later. So yeah, in the grand scheme of things, while not much really seemed to happen yesterday, I'm kind of glad because it gave me time to think about this. Because I literally just said earlier as I woke up, like, oh yeah, today's February 28th. But now that I think about it, whether I realize it or not, nothing happening yesterday prepared me for today, for making this video. I've got no complaints here. Hope you like this video. Oh, the Super Bowl happened. Oh my gosh, the Super Bowl happened. What is the Super Bowl thing? I know I have watched the Super Bowl on here. Do I not have the Super Bowl on here? Oh, I do. I forgot to put a check mark by it. That was dumb of me. Okay. Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks winning the Super Bowl, by the way. That was actually a really great game. But yeah, I'm excited for March to start. And I hope you are too. I also hope that you like this video. If you did, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very on this video. For all you guys watching, enjoy the video. Wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy February 28th. If February wasn't that great of a month for you, I hope March is better for you. And remember, if you guys want to talk, channels, we're here to let you always back, take care, and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.